Imagine you have a great idea. Like, say, you think that your school should be turned into a fancy nightclub. Your problem? How to convince your teachers? Or you could try to find good reasons. A club makes money, schools don't. But this won't be enough. To convince others of your own ideas, you need to use the power of language. More specifically, the power of rhetoric. This video wants to show you a few methods that you can use to sell your own ideas. Let's start with the good methods, the figures of speech. These use language in a creative or elegant way that stresses your own argument or makes it shine brighter. There are hundreds of them, but for now, let's just look at 4. One of the most simple strategies is the use of receiver including pronouns. This means that you include the listener in your speech. Instead of saying, "Nightclubs are fun," you say, "I believe nightclubs are fun, and I know that you love nightclubs too." And snap, your listener is part of your argument and on your side. That's not enough, of course. Poets, singers, writers all know about the importance of metaphors. A metaphor connects one thing with another by suggesting a similarity between the two. When someone says that he has a house at the foot of a mountain, he doesn't actually live on someone else's toes or his shoes. He says that he lives at the lowest part of the mountain, just like feet are the lowest point of the body. For your argument, you could say that clubs are the birthday party of days, the Disneyland of places, the summer of life. This argument then is not only a metaphor, but it also counts as a hyperbole, which is another word for exaggeration. Clubs are the best thing in the world. They bring joy to everyone. Schools, on the other hand, are the worst. They bring sadness. In reality, it might not really be this bad, but you can make your argument sound stronger with the help of hyperbole. At least one more figure of speech is vital. The triad, the rule of 3. For some reason, we all feel that the number 3 is magical, and it has been used throughout history. Caesar said, "Veni, vidi, vici." The French talk about Egalité, Paternité, Fraternité, and the Germans about Einigkeit und Recht und Freiheit. So it's even better to say that schools bring sadness, boredom, and destruction, while nightclubs bring us life, joy, and happiness. The number 3 is always a winner. Now, you presented your great idea and the teachers still think it is terrible. In this case, you need to turn to the dark side of rhetorics and use logical fallacies. These are mistakes in logic and arguments that don't make sense, but that you can still use to your own advantage. One such a fallacy is the bandwagon appeal. The bandwagon carries a band that plays music. So it is something popular and fun, a wagon other people follow. This fallacy then is the idea that whatever is popular, whatever many people believe, must be true. If many believe so, it is so. So you say, "I asked many students in our school, and 70% think that school is boring and clubs are fun. So let's do the right thing, improve life for the people, and make the school a nightclub. If we don't do this, people won't learn how to dance, and they will never find love. Do you want love for your students?" In this argument, we find 2 more fallacies. No nightclub means no dancing, means no love. There is no logical connection between these things, but if I use them in one sentence, I can create reason and trick my listener. This is called a false cause. And do you want love for your students? This is not a real question, but a so-called loaded question. There is no good answer possible for the other person. Like a loaded gun, I point it at my enemy, and he can only lose if he wants to answer it. The last fallacy for this video is the appeal to emotion. Instead of using a good argument, I use emotions to manipulate the other one to do and think what I want. To finish my argument, I love the students of this school. I also love our teachers. Don't you love them too? Of course you do. So don't wait any longer. Act now, make everyone happy, and end the sad reality of life in school. And at this point, your listener must agree. You are right. Well, of course I want everyone to be happy. So, let's party. The power of language always wins.